So are you ungrateful or unhappy? Do you expect too much? Are these questions you've asked yourself? If so, you are absolutely in the right place, because we are going to start unpicking that right here and right now. We can really start to gaslight ourselves when we're feeling unhappy and start to expect ourselves to just be okay. Look, so many people have got it so much worse than you. What have you got to complain about? You've got a roof over your head, you've got food in the cupboard, you've got your health, so you should be happy. And I think it's really important to just reflect when this comes up, not to just sweep it under the rug, because relationships, I believe, often end due to 1,000 eye rolls. All the times we've just swept it on, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. And, oh, for God's sake. All those times, all of those unspoken resentments, they build and build and build and build. And that creates a real sense of disconnection and unease. So I would argue it's not, am I this or am I this? It's not, am I ungrateful or am I unhappy? It can be that you are grateful and you are unhappy. We can be dissatisfied and also very aware of how fortunate we are. We don't have to pick sides. We don't have to pick one or the other. Two truths can coexist because we're human. So we're multi-layered and we're complex and we're having a whole human experience, which means we get to have all of the emotions. And so where do we start? How do we decide if we are expecting too much? How do we decide if we're just being ungrateful? Or how do we decide if we are truly unhappy? Ultimately, it starts with curiosity. Understanding exactly what's going on for you, and where you thought you were going to be, where you want to go now, because obviously life change, our vision for the future change, our goals change, our expectations change. But I don't think you're expecting too much if you're not happy. However, I also think it's really important that we take responsibility for ourselves. If we look to other people to keep us happy, then we're always looking for something outside of ourselves. And I'm a big believer that we have the power to change our relationships all on our own, by the way we communicate, by the language we use, by how we show up. And then the people in our lives choose whether to join us on that journey or not. And it is a choice. So what we want is to be really clear on the areas of our life where we have gratitude, but we don't have satisfaction. And start to think about, what can I do to get myself there? Not, well, he needs to do this, or she needs to do that, or they need to show up in this way, but what can I do differently? How can I communicate differently in a way that makes my needs really clear and doesn't increase conflict? What words, what language can I use that's going to help me move forward in a way that I can increase my satisfaction? This isn't about a magic wand. This is about getting curious and becoming a much stronger, clearer communicator. The language we use has such a big impact on how our conversations roll out. Let's just give you one example of that. So if I say to you, we need to talk. How is that feeling in your body? Like, the chances are you're going to have one of two reactions. You're either going to go, oh God, what have I done wrong? Instantly the guilt kicks in, trying to, think about all the things you might have done, what you've said, what you've done to make me annoyed with you or cross with you, or why you're getting in trouble. Or the other reaction is defenses go up. You're ready for battle. You're ready to come in hot and defend yourself. So just the language of we need to talk is telling you that there is a problem. Whereas if I say, can we talk about something that's really important to me? Same outcome, or in terms of we're going to have a conversation, but how did that feel to you? Quite likely you're going to lean into that. You're going to be curious. It's something that's important to me. So straight away it's about me, it's not about you. And it's saying this is important. So again, it's going to create that natural lean into what we're going to talk about. So can we talk about something that's important to me? Literally just changing some of the words we're using completely changes the potential outcome of that discussion. Now, obviously, it's not just the way we start the conversation, it's then the language we use when we're in it. But The first step is getting really clear on what's going on for you. Sometimes that's just a case of sitting with it, listening to where it is in your body, free writing, so just grabbing a pen and paper and writing everything that comes out and just seeing where it takes you, no overthinking. Or we can use the cycle of life, where people will do a scale. You can Google that, where you kind of put on a scale of 0 to 10, how satisfied am I in the different areas of my life. So there's lots of different tools people can use, but ultimately it's about getting curious. Why are you feeling this way? And making it all about you. The minute you start to say, well, stop yourself and really challenge yourself, but to bring it back to yourself. Because you don't have to live a life where you are unhappy. And if you want to create your life and feel like you are in control of how your life goes, rather than life simply happens to you, then it starts by taking responsibility. It starts by really turning that vision inward, rather than putting all the blame on everyone outside of you. And when you can do that, you realize just how much power you've got, just how much control you have, and just how much influence you have on your life and on your relationships. So the question isn't, am I expecting too much? The question is, what do I expect and how am I going to achieve it? Because I believe you absolutely can create the life you want with the right tools, the right level of curiosity, and the right type of communication. So if this resonates with you and you'd like to find out more about those tools, then please do check out The Power of One. It's a 6-week program with 12 months access to all the tools and resources. That's exactly about this situation where you just feel like nothing major's happened. Technically everything's fine, but it's not enough. And I don't know what to do about it. I'm not ready to throw a hand grenade into my life, but I know something has to change. That's exactly why I've designed this program, and it takes you through step by step on this journey of self-discovery and communication so that you can create the life you absolutely deserve.